Well, it's time. It's finally time to do another review. Another Sony review. This time on a film that a lot of people don't seem to like. I heard a lot of people don't like this film too much. They don't really care for it, which is the Smurfs. But, I'm going to be telling you guys my thoughts on this, but you guys know the drill. If you guys want to be notified for future videos, hit that like button and subscribe, and make sure you guys are notified for future videos. I'm on my road to 300 subs right now. I'll probably have more sub goals down the road, but right now I'm mainly aiming for 300 subs, because I have 2 reward videos I have for you guys. If we can get to 300 subs. We're so close, we really are. We got like 12 subs away. We're really close. So yeah. But without any further ado, let's go ahead and talk about this. But before I even talk about the movie, I need to state that, I'm sorry I have not been uploading these movies like I've said I'm supposed to. I've been uploading them kind of late during the week and stuff. I've been just tired a lot. I'm not sure why. Well, I guess I haven't been sleeping well at night, but I've been like, even when I go to take a nap during the day, I still feel tired and stuff. Like, I don't know, I'm just not really motivated to do anything. I'm not sure why. I hear that could be a bipolar thing. I'm not sure. But I'm trying to figure it out because it's keeping me from getting things like this done. So, yeah. Also, another thing I want to point out too, this is actually good news, is my movie finally came in the mail. The Road to Eldor, it finally came in the mail. It finally did. Yes, it finally did. I probably won't be watching it tonight. I'll probably have to watch it this weekend, because or at least either tomorrow or Saturday I'll have to watch it, because because it's getting late and stuff, and I want to make sure I'm ready for bed, for tomorrow and all that, because I'm going to be going into town early in the morning, so yeah. But yeah, I finally got the movie. I'm going to make sure it works, though, because I got it from eBay in the past. Well, not eBay, I got it from Amazon, but in the past I shopped for movies online and kind of got screwed over a bit. So I want to make sure it actually works and it's not just a fake, like my Gravity Falls DVD set that I showed off last year. So yeah. Yeah, that was kind of disappointing. I spent so much money on that, and it ain't even the real set. So, yeah. But without any further ado, let's go ahead and, talk about this movie, The Smurfs. If you guys don't know what the Smurfs are, well, the Smurfs are actually, they're not as popular as they used to be, but back in the day, they were really popular. They were on a channel called Boomerang, which I kind of wish I had I don't have a card to show that off. I kind of wish I did, but I don't. But if you guys don't know what Boomerang is, it was a channel back in the early 2000s that sadly Warner Brothers freaking gutted it. They freaking gutted it, and I'm not sure. I think it may be completely gone now. I think I've been hearing rumors that it's getting replaced with another channel. So, like a preschool channel, which if that's the case, that kind of sucks. But I hope that's not the case. But at this point, Boomerang is basically just gutted at this point, and what remains of it is it's still called Boomerang, but it's not even close to the same as it was. But back then, shows like Scooby-Doo and the Flintstones and the Smurfs and all of that would air on Boomerang. Boomerang would air like old shows and stuff. This was one of them. Now, I didn't really watch the Smurfs a lot growing up. I did not care for them. I know that's kind of funny, but it's true. I didn't care for them because I thought their song was kind of annoying, and so and like that's kind of a stupid reason to. It's a stupid reason to hate a show and all that. No, I've seen some of the show on YouTube. It's actually pretty good. It's pretty good. Not one of my favorites, but I think I was just being a stupid kid when I was little, and I was like just judging it by just a tiny little nitpick and all that, instead of actually giving the show a chance. But of course, when it comes to, shows, usually they end up getting movies like this. And, yeah, a lot of people, I mean, yeah, like I said at the beginning of the video, a lot of people are not a fan of this show, this movie. Or that sequel. A lot of people don't care for them. But yeah, a lot of people don't care for these movies too much. Now, if you guys don't know the history about this, apparently, this is a fun fact, but this movie was originally supposed to be part of Paramount. It was, back in 2002, there was going to be a deal where Nickelodeon was going to make these movies, and all that. There was going to be it was going to be completely CGI, like, it wasn't even going to have live action segments in it. It was all going to be completely CGI and all that. Kind of like the later Smurf movies, because yeah, there's more than two of them. There's two live action ones. There was supposed to be a third one, but I think because the second one didn't do as well, they probably were like, let's not make any more of these. But the first one did really well, but the second one, yeah, didn't do as well. It still made a lot of money, but not nearly as much as the first one. The first one made like half of $1 billion. That's pretty good. Well, in these days, it's not very good because with price hikings and all that, it's not very good. But back then, this came out like over a decade ago, so that back then that was actually pretty impressive. But yeah, basically, yeah, the movie, the movie definitely made a lot of money, though. It did. It made a lot of money, but yeah, apparently, yeah, I guess it was gonna be originally on Paramount, and I'm not sure the story about it, but as according to Ellis Mark, that's what he said on his video. I decided to watch his video because I'm like, I want to see exactly why people hate this, this movie or something, I think Ellis Mark put this movie very well in his video. He talked about it really well in his video. He talked about it, he talked about it pretty good, and I like that, I thought about watching Phantom Strider's top 10s on that, but he doesn't really go into too much detail about that, but Ellis Mark kind of does. You should check out his stuff. He does pretty good stuff, but basically, yeah, he talked about the first one and the second one in the video. But I'm only gonna be talking about the first one. I'm gonna talk about the second one later down the road. But yeah, I gotta say though, yeah, a lot of people do not like it. They think it's kind of bland and stuff for a movie and all that. But yeah, I'm just surprised that, yeah, again, it wasn't made by Nickelodeon, but it was not made by Nickelodeon. It was made by, Sony Pictures Animation. Take that back. I think I know why they did it, because Sony Pictures Animation, I think, got the rights to it or something like that. But there is, if you guys want to see the Smurfs, there is a new TV show. I'm not sure if it's still on Nickelodeon, but it was. There was a TV show that was on there, a CGI one. Now, I have not seen a lot of it, so I can't really tell you guys, how it is, but I do know they have the Smurfs on there. I've seen a few episodes, but nothing really, nothing really out there, pointing out really right now. And that was a while back, so, yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I do know that Nickelodeon's making that stuff, but anywho, so yeah, we're gonna be talking about this movie here. So, yeah, now that I got the fun fact out of the way, let's talk about the movie itself. So what do I think of it? A lot of people seem to really hate it. You know me, like, if you guys watch my Illumination videos, you know that I'm not really critical with Illumination as much as other people. And although this is not an Illumination movie, a lot of people find Illumination movies to be bland and boring. Now, I'm not saying that they're great films either, but I think when I watch movies, I think I see a different way sometimes than other people. Not always, though. I mean, there is those god-awful live-action freaking, sequel trilogy Star Wars movies that were bad. Yeah, I hate them, but there are times where I think I do have a personal opinion. But when it comes to this, do I think it's like Illumination, where I think that some of the films are overhated, or do I think it's actually decent? Well, I gotta say, I don't know, I kind of agree with some of the nitpicks people do have with this movie. I don't mind if people want to hate Illumination films, that's fine, that's their opinion, I don't mind that. But when it comes to Illumination, I felt like there was some little story to this and all that, when it comes to, like, these live-action movies, what they do is they have a common concept, where they have, basically the fictional characters go to the real world and all that, but usually they're like CGI or they look realistic. But there's actually there's two types of them, actually. If you believe it or not, there's two types of them. There's like, or there may be more than that, but I can only think of two types. There's the type, where the fictional character, the fictional character goes to the real world and reenacts with everything and all that. And then, there's the people that get annoyed by, by that stuff or something like that, and the characters have no idea, what it's like. But then there's movies like, let's say, the Scooby-Doo movies and then the Garfield movies where the main character is actually CGI and the humans actually reenact with them. There's those two type of movies I can think of. But the Smurf movies are more towards the characters being in a fictional land. Kind of like, let's say, like Hop, for example, Hop, or Disenchanted, or whatever that movie's called, Disney made back in, I think it was 2007, I think is when it came out. Like, those movies, for example, have the characters in a fictional world, and then they go into the real world, and they have no idea what the real world's like. So yeah, we got those. Now I gotta tell you guys about the movie Hop. I hear a lot of people really despise that movie. I might eventually go back and rewatch it and do a re-review on it, because I don't know, I feel like I kind of don't... I mean, I need to probably rewatch my review first, but I don't know, I feel like I was kind of a little nice to it, I don't know. I need to probably rewatch it first, but I think I might end up doing a re-review of it down the road. Not right now, because I'm already doing like 2 movies as it is. I can't do like 3 movies in like one sitting, especially with me being tired and stuff all the time. That's a long time, but I am thinking about doing that, because, yeah, let's just say I kind of feel like I was a little too nice about the Hop movie, but I don't know. But yeah, anywho, basically Hop does this, and so it's Disenchanted. But the Smurfs, honestly, I think the Smurfs, I'm not gonna lie, out of the 3, I think the Smurfs actually do it the best. I think they do it the best. Because I'm Disenchanted, I feel like it was pretty cool seeing the 2D world and all that. It was pretty cool. The animation looks pretty good in that movie, and then they go to I don't remember the details, so I can't tell you if it's really, really good or if it's... But I can tell you guys at least that it's definitely not as good as the Smurfs movie, because I feel like the movie drags on a long time. It feels like it drags on way too long and all that, and while this movie feels like its pacing it kind of feels perfect, it feels perfect, it feels like it doesn't feel like it drags on where it has the main characters freaking annoying, the human characters and stuff throughout the movie and all that, and I feel like it actually does it perfectly. Because usually we have a trope where we usually have a trope with the main characters kind of ruining a person's life. We have to go through a long freaking setting about that, but here it actually I feel like here it actually works. It actually works, But yeah, but I do, like I said, I do have problems with this movie. I feel like they do have a moment where they do have to have one of the characters being an asshole to the Smurfs for screwing something up by accident, because Columbus the Smurf accidentally messed up this guy's computer, which I don't even remember his name, but he messes up his computer and then he jumps him and all that, and it was just an accident. It ain't like he did it on purpose. I mean, they do that kind of stuff all the time in cartoons and stuff, but I feel like it was out of nowhere, and it just felt like it needed to make the movie a little bit longer, just for... I mean, that stuff can work, but I feel like in that case, it didn't really work, because I feel like they were already, going to, go look for the spell book so they could open the portal because of a moon. Which, by the way, this is actually a coincidence. This is a very cool... I'm going to tell you guys right now, but I'm going to get off a little bit off topic here. I guess it's not super off topic, because it is about this movie here, but, this is actually pretty funny, there is actually a blue moon, I believe tonight, either tonight or last night, but basically this morning I could not sleep, because my bed, I don't know why, but my bed doesn't feel as comfortable, so Like, it doesn't hurt or anything, but it doesn't, I'm not hurting, like, when I wake up, but I just can't get comfortable to go to sleep. But, basically, though, I decided to take a walk, and, cause I saw the moon, and let's just say I was gonna make a video for you guys talking about that. That didn't work out too well because for some reason, whenever I use the video camera, unlike the photo, it darkens the image. I'm not sure why it does that, but it darkens the image. I thought about turning the light on, but I'm like, that's not really worth it because that just makes, that just make it doesn't show up the same. I wanted to look like it's what I see at night, But yeah, it did not work, unfortunately, and apparently I had some dogs after me. Luckily, they didn't bite me, but they were like huge dogs. They were freaking huge dogs, and apparently they woke up some people. So I'm really hoping I did not make those people mad. I don't want to make them think I was trying to rob anybody, so. But yeah, I was basically trying to walk up the road and all that, and yeah, it definitely was a waste of time. So it was a waste of time. I did not like that at all, but yeah, basically, yeah, I was gonna get the moon for you guys, but I did not. But apparently tonight, though, the moon right now is actually really bright and really huge. So I'm not sure if because the way I look it up on Google, it says that it's like it says it was supposed to be like August 30th to August 31st. So I'm not sure if it met that entire night or if it met like 2 nights in a row. But either way, I'm basically doing this on the same day because the moon was out earlier too. So I don't know, but it's a really coincidence because in this movie, here's this thing with this movie. They're trying to they're trying to make the blue moon appear because they need the blue moon to go back to their Smurf village. Yeah, they need that. So but they need that and they don't do that. They basically don't. I mean, they do that, but But yeah, it's kind of weird how it's like a blue moon and all that, and I just find it funny how it actually turns blue. Like it turns blue, it turns blue and all that. But I mean, a blue moon in real life is not blue like that. Unless you probably go to a different planet, because I'm sure like out there in the universe there's probably planets and stuff that the moon will actually be blue or something. But yeah, but it's kind of a coincidence though how I'm reviewing this on the same day we have a blue moon. Like I said, I don't know if you consider I think they call a blue moon, they call like a giant moon that's full and like full moons at night. I don't know. I was looking there, the moon's still up, but yeah, I just find that really funny. I find that kind of funny that happened, but yeah, it happened. So yeah, that's pretty interesting. But yeah, so basically, yeah, they're trying to open up. Well, Papa Smurf's trying to create a formula to create the blue moon so they can get back home because the blue moon has to be, it has to be, well, the moon has to be blue, in order to open the portal. So, yeah. Which is pretty interesting, it's pretty interesting. But, yeah, I wasn't even, like I said, I wasn't even playing this video, because I was like, I wanted to do this at the beginning of the week, and I did not know about that. I completely forgot about the blue moon and stuff until, like, earlier this morning, when I got up at 3 o'clock in the morning and went out to walk, so trying to get a video for you guys, but it did not work out. So yeah, I find that really ironic. But yeah. But anywho, enough about the irony there, or whatever you would call it, the coincidental thing. Let's actually talk about something in this movie that everyone can agree that actually is pretty cool. So we got the villain here, Gargamel himself, and I gotta say, I agree with people. I think he's definitely the best part of this movie. I think he's very goofy, and I like the person that plays him. Apparently, this person played a lot of the Simpsons characters and the Simpsons, which is pretty interesting. I don't remember the name of the guy, but he basically played this, the Simpsons and all that, and yeah, I found that kind of funny, He's definitely the best part and all that, and apparently he ends up getting arrested in the movie, and he has like moths bring him out or something. It's pretty funny and all that. I don't know where the heck his cat was at though. Like when he got arrested, I don't know where the heck his cat was at. Now I do have a downside with him. It's not him himself. It's like that they build up this plot like well, they build up this plot that they have like they have this woman here who discovers that he has magic and stuff, and it was like trying to brag him or something like that to get him to tell her how to make magic and stuff, and like catching the Smurfs and stuff and all that. And I feel like they never bring it up again. So she just disappears in the movie. They never bring it up again. But yeah, they don't ever show her again. They show her in like one scene, and I think she's gone after that, and they just show this Gargamel catching the Smurfs. So yeah, so I'm like, what was the point of that? I thought what they were gonna do with her is they were gonna have him, show her the magic, and then she was gonna betray him and all that, and that piss him off, because I mean, who wouldn't be pissed if you do a favor for someone and they use it against you or something, but yeah, I don't know, but yeah, they never bring it up again. They bring it up in like one scene. I'm like, what the hell was the point of it, But otherwise, yeah, I do really like Gargamel in this movie. I think he's really cool. Like he matches the cartoon version of himself pretty well. Now, I think they make him a little bit more goofy in the cartoon movie because in the cartoon show he's goofy, like but he's not like this goofy. Like they make him more like Jim Carrey goofy, like except I guess they don't really make him make a bunch of weird sounds and stuff, but he's more like he's more goofy, They make him kind of more like they make him goofy in the cartoon, but more serious, But I still really like him like his role here. I think he's really cool. Definitely the best part of the movie is him. Now, speaking of which, we gotta talk about something I don't really care for the movie as much. It's gotta be the live action character segments. This is something that I feel like all these live action adaptations do. Because you got the movies that like remake. I guess there are three different. I was talking about how I think I can only think of two, but I think there's actually I can think of three. There's like there's the live action remake. There's the live action movies with like cartoon characters that are CGI'd in there, and then there's the like ones where they're CGI'd or animated in there, but they they come to this world and all that, and they just annoy the crap out of someone. That's kind of what they do in this movie. They don't focus on it too long, but they kind of make this guy this live action guy here kind of a dick, honestly. Like I said, he jumps clumsy for accidentally messing up his computer, which was an accident, and basically he does that, and then and then not only he does that, but he's kind of boring. Like I feel like he's a boring character. Like I don't feel like there's really much to him, I mean, you'll get some interesting scenes with him and Papa Smurf, which is pretty cool, but yeah, it's just kind of boring. I feel like when he's on screen, I feel like it's kind of boring. Like it doesn't drag on too long. None of the scenes drag on too long, but I just feel like he's kind of something we've already seen multiple times before. And although I said this is probably my favorite version of this out of the three, Disenchanted and Hop, I still don't think, because Hop's definitely the worst. I think Hop's the most cringe out of all of them, but I still don't think it's as good. I mean, I still think it's it's, I don't know, I feel like they kind of repeat the same thing over and over again. They make him have a job and stuff, and then they have the character screw it up and all that, and I'm just like, I don't know, I feel like we've seen this so many times before. I could say the same thing about the characters, interacting with them, real world stuff. We've seen that before too, but I feel like they could keep at least that in there, because we've seen that before. But maybe like, I don't know, I feel like they could have changed up the human role a little bit, instead of having him have a job and worrying he's gonna get fired, they could at least do something else, because like I said, we've seen that so many times before. We've also seen the characters hiding the real I mean, the cartoon characters, we see them hide them and all that. I don't get why they do that. Like in any of the movies, they just hide them or something. But it's kind of interesting. I mean, I guess with Disenchanted, I mean, Disenchanted mentioned that she was actually like. I mean, I don't know if that's her name, but I think her name's something else. But she does mention that she was from a fairy tale, land and all that, and they don't believe her. But I don't know. I feel like this one, they. I don't know. I feel like they, again, like they know. I don't know. They know, like I said, they got the guy here that, like I said, being a jerk and all that to him, and like I feel like, typical business guy who's worried, the cartoon characters are gonna screw everything up and all that. And I don't know. I feel like I'm kind of jumping from one thing to the next, but it's just kind of the same thing. Like we've seen this so many times before. Like why can't we have something new, But I don't know. I don't really know. I feel like, this is probably like one of the weaker parts. But I don't know. I'm probably gonna go back to talking about the whole movie as a whole. So the movie as a whole, it's got some things I like about it. Like I think the villain is good. The villain's actually good. I really do like the actor who plays him. He does a pretty good job. He might not act exactly the same as the cartoon one, but I like how goofy he is and all. I think he's really goofy. And Gargamel was goofy in the cartoons, but he wasn't like, like super goofy and all that. But here they kind of make him very goofy and all that. But they make him still a threat and all that, and I like that. I like that a lot. And there are some touching moments I do like. I like, the moment where we see Papa Smurf and the live action guy interacting with each other and all that. That's pretty cool. And the scene kind of goes on for about a minute. And I do like how, Clumsy was the one who just saved the day to prove that he's not, a clumsy, because everyone was kind of treating him kind of badly because he was clumsy all the time. But I do like how because that's how they got in the mess in the first place. Because Clumsy, screwed everything up. Clumsy, lured Gargamel to the, but he lured Gargamel into the village. Which, by the way, I'm gonna bring this up real quick. The village is in a portal in the middle of the woods. But I'm like, how the heck did Gargamel, just not even notice it there? Like, this portal apparently doesn't even disappear. It's just there. I mean, I can understand if the portal disappears, but it's just a random portal in the middle of the woods, and he just finds it. So there's three different. There's two different portals. There's a portal to the Smurf village. There's a portal to the real world. So I guess Gargamel is kind of in between, I guess, which is pretty interesting. But that's just kind of weird though. But basically, I was gonna say that Clumsy was the one who lured him in there. Clumsy's the one who fell down, and Clumsy's the one who got. Clumsy was the one who got them all taken out of the portal and all that, and they all ended up in the real world. So, yeah, so Clumsy's done he screwed up a lot of stuff, but I like how they actually make him, fix the problem by taking down Gargamel and all that. I like that. It's pretty good. Yeah, overall, though, this movie's alright. I don't think it's as bad as other people, but, I'm gonna go ahead and probably just give it a score, though. So, this movie's definitely getting a meh and 57 points. Like I said, this movie's alright. I don't hate it as bad as other people, but I can see where other people are coming from in this movie. I can see why other people don't like it. I don't think people think it's cringe. I think, compared to Illumination, I hear more people just think this movie's forgettable than anything else. People talk about how this movie, because I know people do not like Illumination because of how cringe some of the movies are, and I can see that some of the movies can be cringe at times, but when it comes to, the Smurf movies, or live-action movies in general, I feel like people just think they're forgettable, Either that, or they just repeat themselves and all that, which I understand that, Like I said, I understand where that's coming from, Like I said, this movie does this, repeat stuff we've seen before and all that, and I think even the new Sonic movie had done that, too. I haven't seen it in a couple months. I don't remember, but I feel like they don't do that as much, but they fix some of the problems. They have the cartoon character in the real world, but they don't make the they don't have a bunch of random scenes where the cartoon character Sonic himself is trying to figure out what he's trying to figure out, what the like what objects are and stuff in the real world and all that. They kind of fast forward through that. Well, I feel like a lot of these movies just have stuff in common and all that. I don't know. It's just kind of interesting. But yeah, this movie's not bad. I think there are moments I do like in it. And Gargamel is actually a really good villain. I think he's good. He's funny and he's good. However, I think if you guys are not a huge big fan of Smurfs, you guys might not care for this movie as much as I do. Well, even I am not the biggest fan of Smurfs, but I do think they're better than I was when I was little. Like I said, I should have gave the show a chance when I was little. I just didn't like it because of the stupid songs they sing all the time. Now, one thing I do want to point out that people probably don't like either, which I can agree with, is the Smurfs designs. See, when it comes to these movies, they either do 2D animation or they do CGI. But I think the CGI could work, but I feel like, because they're trying to make it as realistic as possible, but it's kind of hard to make this stuff realistic as possible because, it's without making them actual puppets, because, I don't think you would want to see a puppets in a movie, like this, but, that's why they kind of do CGI, but the CGI, it looks fine. My only problem is the eyes themselves. The eyes are very creepy looking, like they look very creepy and all that. And I don't know why they make them all big and stuff like that. I don't know why they do that. But yeah, they just look really weird. Like they look weird. But I think the voice acting is also fine too. I think the voice acting is fine in this movie too. But yeah, I just don't think, like I said, I don't think this movie is as good as like what we've had before with Cloudy and Chance of Meatballs and stuff, but this movie's still pretty good. I still think it's better than, Open Season and stuff. I think it's much better, but well, I'd probably even put it above Surf's Up, because I think I had a little bit more fun watching this movie than Surf's Up, because Surf's Up was kind of more of a parody of, like, I don't know, like with, like, it wasn't it's a parody of itself or something, trying to make fun of, like, cameras and stuff on them and all that, but otherwise, I don't think this movie really, this movie isn't really that, like, great. I guess I don't think it's awful. Like, I wouldn't mind watching this movie again every so often, because there are things I like about it, but, yeah, I don't think it's as good as, like I said, like, what we've watched before with like, Cloudy the Chance of Meatballs and stuff, but, I don't know, but anywho, before I let this go, I want to show you guys one last thing, because, because I'm pretty sure people might like this, but I want to show you guys the moon real quick, maybe. I might have to get to the top of the hill, though. That's the problem, I waited too long to do this, and now I gotta get to the top of the hill. It took me a little while to make the thumbnail, or not the thumbnail, I mean the car thing here. It took me a little while to make it, but here we go. I have to go to the top of the hill, luckily, but that's the movie up there. That's the moon up there. It's not super big. It was actually bigger when it came up from down there, but it's still pretty big and bright. I think what they mean by like the blue moon is they mean it has like different stuff to it, but I don't know. I really hope I didn't show my face off. If I did, I might have to upload this video later. I don't know. I hope not, because I'm trying to do two different movies at once. I guess I can always put it ahead, but I really don't want to do it to you guys. But I don't like showing off my face. That's not something I like to do. But I don't know. But I'm gonna go ahead and let this go. Hopefully hopefully I didn't show it too much. I don't know if I did. I want to figure out maybe if I can edit it out or something. I don't know. But anywho, bye bye.